Okay, so people often say that if you go back to something or stay in something that hurt you, that it means you're weak, but it doesn't. And this doesn't only show up as going back to something. So if you're in it right now, maybe you are going back, pulling away and then going back again, but maybe you're not. Maybe you don't have a clean way out of whatever it is. Maybe it's something you still have to deal with, like legal situations, co-parenting with an abusive ex, or systems that you can't just walk away from. So even if you want distance, you're still in it. Or maybe you've technically left and it's still in your head. You're replaying it, thinking about it, you're staying aware of it. Like some part of you is still dealing with it, even though you're not there anymore. And either way, this isn't a one-time thing. It's a loop. And the worst part is you can see it happening. You're watching yourself either repeat something you said you'd never go back to, or stay tied to something you don't even want to be in anymore, or have to keep dealing with something that you never had the option to fully leave. And you're still in it. So now it's not just about the situation anymore. Now it's, why can't I stop thinking about this? Or why does this still affect me? Why does this part of me feel stuck here? And that's where most people get it completely wrong. This is not a lack of intelligence. It's not that you don't understand what's hurting you or what's causing you to stay in survival mode. It's that your nervous system is wired to move toward what feels familiar, even when it's not what you want. And familiar doesn't always mean good. It just means predictable. Now, for some people, this looks like going back to a relationship, back to a situation, back to something they already know hurts them. But for other people, they don't go back. They just can't fully remove themselves from what's keeping them in survival mode because the situation is ongoing. It might be legal conflict, co-parenting issues, family instability. So even if they want peace, they're still inside this stressful, traumatic, anger-inducing situation. And here's what both of those have in common. Your nervous system adapts to the chaos. If you've lived in that long enough, you don't just become aware. Sometimes you start bracing for it or avoiding it completely because you already know what you're going to see and you know how it's going to affect you. Some of these things look like statements that aren't true about you, things you have to defend yourself against, situations that feel completely out of your control. And when you do have to face it, it is not calm. It's anger. It's seeing red. It's fear that you could lose what you love the most. It's that feeling in your body like everything just collapsed. And over time, your system starts adapting to that. The thing is, your brain doesn't label that as unhealthy. It labels it as, this is how we survive. This is survival for us. And when that becomes your normal, your entire system organizes itself around it. Obviously, it's not because it wants to, but because it has to. Your nervous system and your whole system organizes itself around it, not because it wants to, but because it had to. Your nervous system doesn't go by what feels good. It goes by what it recognizes. So when the chaos stops, or when it even just slows down, your body doesn't immediately feel relief. It feels just totally off, like restless or unsettled. It feels like something's missing because you're not just leaving a situation, you are withdrawing from a pattern your nervous system has gotten used to. And sometimes the loop is not obvious. It's not always going back to a person. Sometimes it just stays in your head, replaying the same situation over and over, thinking about what you should have said or what you could have done differently, if that sounds familiar, even when there's nothing left to do. And at the same time, you're carrying something forward with you. You're carrying what could be like an awareness that people can turn on you, that things can escalate quickly, and that you have to be careful or watchful. Even when you're no longer in that situation, and when you're in one of those loops, you don't recognize the pattern. It just feels like, this is how I stay prepared. This is survival. But underneath that, your nervous system is still organizing your life around something that already happened. And the problem with that is that your brain treats remembered danger the same way that it treats present danger. Just think about that. So familiar stress doesn't just come from what you go back to. It can come from what your mind keeps returning to. From replaying something that already happened, from staying mentally prepared, from organizing your life around something that's no longer happening. And your brain doesn't separate that very well. So familiar stress, whether it's external or internal, can feel safer than unfamiliar peace. And from the outside, people don't see any of this. They don't see the mental loops. They don't see the constant awareness. They don't see what your system adapted to. They just see what you do or what you don't do. So if you go back, they say, why would you do that? But if you don't go back, they say, that's over now, just move on. And both of those miss the point, because this isn't just about behavior. It's about what your nervous system has learned and hasn't fully unlearned yet. So you start thinking things like, well, maybe I am the problem. But this is where we need to be precise. This is not a personality flaw. This is a conditioned nervous system. And you don't change this by forcing better decisions. That is surface level. You change this by teaching your nervous system that calm is actually safe. And that doesn't look dramatic. It looks like sitting in moments where nothing is wrong. And at first, that can feel strange. It can feel quiet, flat, uncomfortable. And it's not because something's wrong, but it's because your system isn't used to it yet. And underneath that, there's a part of you that's still waiting for something to go wrong. Not because it is, but it's just because that's what your system has learned to expect. But if you've ever actually experienced real peace after chaos, you notice something. You don't miss the old environment. You may start to realize how destructive it was, or how off balance you were. So if you are stuck in that loop, or stuck in something you can't fully get out of, there is nothing wrong with you. Your nervous system learned this pattern, which means, and this is excellent news, it can unlearn it. But not if you keep feeding it the same cycle and calling it something else.